if this is gonna work. YouTube health is excellent. Yeah. Just wait. It's like the 5th time I've tried to go live. Alrighty then. We're gonna watch Ghostly Gatherings. At least I hope.
Everything could be explained by logic, facts.
Let's turn this up, shall we?
James was a 30-year-old man who, up until a year ago, had no real interest in the paranormal or anything related to supernatural phenomena.
Yeah, you either have interest in it or you don't.
With the regular concerns and routines of adulthood, James was an outspoken person, especially when it came to his beliefs in science. He had always considered the spiritual world a mere myth, an illusion that people clung to in fear or ignorance. Science, in his view, was the only truth. Everything could be explained by logic, facts, and reason. The idea of a ghost or any kind of spiritual presence was absurd to him. Little did he know that his worldview was about to be shattered, and the very belief system that had shaped his life would be challenged in ways that were far beyond his understanding.
Into the beyond!
Strange things began happening inside his house. At first,
are you into the beyond? I'm into the beyond.
An
Can
object
tell.
held place here. A flicker of light there.
It's quite true.
But as time went on, these occurrences became increasingly bizarre and impossible to ignore. The unusual events escalated so quickly that James soon found himself facing something he couldn't explain or rationalize. Eventually, he made the decision to contact a priest, hoping that a blessing would rid his home of
that
the
is
disturbing
not
presence.
the correct
priest came to
answer.
perform the blessing, but as the next clip shows, things didn't go as planned.
Yo.
Despite the blessing, the strange events continued. For reasons
Oh,
that James
weird.
could not
Oh,
understand,
weird.
he
How
began hearing a
strange.
rattling
The
sound from one
priest
of the
didn't
cabinets in the
work.
room. Initially, he assumed it was just a random noise, perhaps caused by something settling or shifting, but the sound was too persistent to ignore. Intrigued and somewhat uneasy,
I'm sorry if there wasn't a
James
title. I was
investigated
having a
the
hard
source of the
time
noise.
going
As
live.
he stood in front of the cabinet,
I think it has to do with my
trying to figure out
Ethernet
where the
cord.
sound was coming from.
I thought it
Far
was
more
from the beyond,
unexpected
but it turns out
his
it's from
gaming
beyond
chair,
the other
which had
side
been
of the
stationary
internet.
on the floor, suddenly turned around on its own. No one was near the chair, and
My
nothing appeared
Ethernet
to
cord
cause
is
it to
wearing
move.
out.
James was left in shock, unable to comprehend
need
what
to
had
get a
just
new
happened.
one.
He had believed that getting the house blessed would rid him of whatever malevolent force was in his home.
The priest
but the
didn't
blessing
work.
clearly
Oh,
hadn't
goodness
worked.
me.
To his surprise, things were getting worse.
Guess what? The
more
priest
he tried
doesn't
to
work.
dismiss the occurrences
Have
as
you watched The
coincidences,
Exorcist?
The more extreme they became.
Any other possession cases, it usually ends up with the kid dying.
Yo.
Okay. Do you just believe in science, or are you just saying that because you don't believe in God? Because some people are like, well, I believe in science, I don't believe in God. And I'm like, oh, well, that's fair enough. I don't care what you believe in. Fine.
Yo.
Fine. So he likes the gaming chair. It's a nice gaming chair. I'd play with it too.
Soon, even more objects in the room began to move of their own accord. These were no longer small, subtle shifts. Things were being thrown, knocked over, and rearranged in ways that defied logic. James was no longer able to dismiss these events as figments of his imagination. He had come to a terrifying realization. The entity haunting his home was real, and he was powerless to stop it. Desperate for a solution, James made the decision to sell the house and move away. His plan was to find a new place, ideally one closer to his parents, where he could escape the terrifying presence that had taken over his life.
Oh, Beatrice.
Unfortunately,
Beatrice,
we are
darling.
never updated on whether
Darling.
he was successful in selling
Ghosts
the house,
are real.
or what ultimately became of him.
She can hardly believe it herself. See her
In an
look
earlier
of
video, we
horror.
delved into the life of Daniel, a young adult who was going through one of the most difficult periods of his life. Daniel had recently decided to move in with his girlfriend, Kate, in an effort to share rent and ease some financial pressure. However, things didn't go as planned.
Never
Shortly
does.
after they moved in together,
Never does.
Kate broke up with Daniel and returned to her parents' home,
Oh!
leaving him with the entire apartment to himself. This
See
left
you
Daniel
later.
in a
Love
difficult
you.
Spot, as
Bye.
the lease agreement with the landlord required that the apartment be occupied for at least 6 months. Since Kate had moved out, Daniel was now financially responsible for the rent, even though he was living alone.
by
To make matters
yourself.
worse, he began experiencing
You've got to
strange
be a big
occurrences
man now.
inside the apartment. The most alarming was the sound of movement coming from the closet. At first, Daniel dismissed it, assuming it was just his imagination.
The closet again?
Settling. But as time passed,
It's always the
noises
closet.
became more frequent,
And you know what that
Daniel became
means?
increasingly
Monsters
concerned.
are really
He
just
would hear
ghosts.
scraping sounds,
Monsters are just
shifting
ghosts,
objects,
okay?
and whispers coming from the
They're
closet,
just
and he was left
ghosts or
wondering what
entities
could be
or
causing it.
elemental
The next
banshees,
video
whatever you
we're
want to
about
do.
to show
They're from the
captures one of the
spiritual
most
realm.
intense
Why else would they
moments of
disappear
Daniel's
when
struggle
somebody
with
comes in?
paranormal.
Or why else can humans not actually see them? Why?
Doll has moved since yesterday.
Tell me why this.
It was in the corner, like kind of on its back, looking upwards and upright. So
Oh, I think this might be a good look, actually. If I can get these even. I could be like the Demon Duchess. No. Oh. The Duchess of Bilgewater has come.
hey, if you can hear me, just move it again.
I'm gonna keep it this way. Is it picking out your clothes now? I think it's just I think, you know, it's becoming more active because you're all by yourself. You're available now, so yummy.
It's kind of cluttered, so
I don't know what he looks like, so.
this is over here.
Oh, we've got a doll there. That's probably the
In
problem.
this video, Daniel, in an attempt to communicate with the spirit haunting
People
the
should
apartment,
never have
used
haunted
a
dolls, I'm
clever
telling you.
method.
They should
He
never
moved
have
the
haunted
shirt in a
dolls. That's
certain
just
way
not.
And asked the spirit to respond by moving it again.
That's just
To
crazy.
his astonishment, the spirit complied, and the shirt moved.
I have
in response to
haunted
his request.
dolls, quite a
This
few
wasn't
of
just
them.
a random movement. It was deliberate
Don't do
and
it!
intelligent,
It's a trap!
Suggesting that there was indeed a presence in the
I
apartment.
warn you, you're gonna get
Daniel
really
stepped
attached to
forward,
them. And when you
realizing that the
do,
entity in his home wasn't just a figment
you're
of
going
his
to love
imagination.
them.
It was real,
And when you love
and it was
them,
aware of
you're
it.
never gonna let
This
them
was
go.
the moment Daniel knew for sure that he
It's the
wasn't
worst thing
alone
that's
in
gonna
the
happen
apartment,
to
and that
getting a
whatever
haunted
was
doll.
there, it was
You're
not
going to love them.
friendly.
Which is because that's a trap. It's a trap. That's what
In
I'm
another
telling you.
recent video, we examined
Is that
an
your
experiment
dinner?
conducted by James, one that garnered quite a bit of attention. Let me explain it for those who might not have seen the original
Cigarettes?
content. William Sloan,
Weed
a young boy,
and-
began to experience
well, that's the
strange
lighter.
occurrences in his home. These events were unlike anything he could explain, and they were happening on a daily basis. Despite his attempts to tell his parents about the strange happenings, they dismissed his concerns, thinking he was either imagining things or playing tricks.
You're imagining
Determined to
things.
prove
You're
that
mentally
something
ill all of a
supernatural was
sudden.
going on, William decided to conduct
All of a
his
sudden
own
you're mentally ill.
experiments. He set out to gather evidence of the paranormal activity.
That doesn't happen
by
suddenly,
using
I'm just
whatever
saying.
methods he could
You don't
think
just
of.
suddenly
The
become
experiment
mentally ill.
featured in the video
There are
we're
things that can
showing today
lead
is
you
one
to
of the most
becoming mentally
compelling.
ill, but it's never sudden. It's usually a gradual thing. Or it can be like a sudden event, but very, very rarely is it just... Do they want to do a bit of light reading, do you think? Do you think they're doing light reading? I think they are. I think they want some light reading, just for the fun of it. What was that? Was that another book? I just think he wants to read, you know. My spirits always talk about reading all the time. They're like, reading? What just moved? I don't get it. What was that? Oh. You think maybe they're just OCD and they're just like moving things because they want them to be just so?
I've been going over the footage from last night, And it's pretty crazy.
How high are
I
you?
don't know what's going on.
I'm not asking
but,
this as a medical advice. I just want to know if you're high
trucks.
enough for...
First, since I got them, for pulling my records off the shelf. And,
I need to know if you're high enough.
sometimes it might be there.
Not
It
that you're
didn't
too
work last
high.
night.
William believed that evil spirits were drawn to religious texts.
There's no such
so
thing
he
as being
placed
too
a holy
high.
book on a shelf in his living room. He also set up a camera facing
You're
the
either
bookshelf to document any strange
not high
occurrences
enough
that might
or you're
take
high
place.
enough.
What happened next was both
It's the way I see
shocking and
it.
disturbing. The holy book was knocked off the shelf.
Hopefully
and
you're getting
onto the
high
floor,
on the right
an event that
stuff,
seemed
you know,
impossible
none of
to
that
explain.
hard,
This
you know,
confirmed
street
William's
stuff,
suspicions
you know,
that
just
whatever entity was in
hopefully
his
it's all
house was
natural.
Not only real, but malevolent. But the events didn't stop there. The
Cocaine
camera
does not
also
count.
captured an object on the table
It does not
moving on
count.
its own,
That's not
sliding across
natural.
the surface in a manner that defied logic.
No.
William's experiment provided undeniable evidence that something evil was indeed lurking in his home.
How do you know it's evil?
We follow
Bro!
Mackenzie. She
Bruh!
experiences something truly bizarre.
How do you know it's
she
evil?
was in her room assembling a new bed when she suddenly felt an overwhelming urge.
I mean,
to
I'm
open
wearing
the
fucking
window.
horns.
It
How do you know
wasn't
that
a
I'm not
normal
evil?
feeling. Something deep inside
I could be
her
more
told
evil
her
than what's
that
in
there
that
was
house.
something wrong outside.
I
Something
very well
that
could
needed
be.
her attention. Listening to her intuition, Mackenzie went over to the window.
Oh,
and
I
peered out
probably
to the
am.
street. What she saw next was utterly strange and unsettling.
I have made many a demon tremble.
There is no one standing
I have.
there, but there's a silhouette, like a shadow of a person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
A shadowy figure appeared on the wall, casting the unmistakable outline of a human form. The odd part was that no one was standing on the street, and no cars
An
were
optical
passing
illusion,
by.
maybe?
The shadow seemed to appear out of nowhere, and it left Mackenzie feeling deeply uneasy. She could sense that something was wrong, that this was not a natural
I also
occurrence.
do have a
The eerie
crown.
feeling grew stronger,
But I'm not
as she
feeling
watched the
rather...
shadow shift.
I do know. I
But
feel
what was even more
rather
unsettling
regal right
was that
now.
Mackenzie wasn't
I don't
alone in her
need a crown.
discomfort.
How
Her audience,
how about you have a
watching from
crown?
home, also shared
Why don't you
sense
have a
of
crown?
dread. It was
There we
clear
go.
that something unusual had happened, and Mackenzie decided to address it in a follow-up video.
Hi, I decided to record this video because
I don't know. I think she looks rather lovely.
Comments and
I'm
videos and
joking.
direct
It's
messages
way
for
too big.
the video that I had recorded,
We'll get you a crown.
like on Saturday.
Maybe we can find one.
So I was shocked.
She's very
so
easy to
people were
buy
saying that
clothes
he was
for
fake,
because
and
she's a
that
city
no,
toy. She's a Walmart
was
girl.
not.
Don't tell her that.
I'm going to show you a video.
Don't tell her
I'm going
that.
to show what is happening now.
Don't tell my baby.
People that are saying
No,
that
she
I
knows.
Photoshopped that. Damn, it took me 4 tries for me to be able to record this video because I didn't realize that there are stories and videos, and in videos you can select 3 minutes long video. So that's another thing. Even though I'm a white lady in her 30s, and usually in horror movies we are killed first, that day,
Scream Queen!
5 minutes after I took that video, I went downstairs to check what is causing that, because even though I was very scared, I was like, I'm too curious.
You're too curious. That's good.
Nothing could cause that.
So this is another thing. If you're curious about something, about the world around you, and you're more curious than you are scared, that's a really good thing to, it's a really good thing, actually, because if you're less scared, here I am looking like her, I'm just like, yeah, okay. So, yeah, if you're less scared than you are, you're more curious than you are scared, then that's a good thing, because curiosity is really what drives paranormal investigators. It's what drives people who are interested in delving into the spiritual realm. And it's quite important that you embrace that side of you. That curiosity, that what if the thing that I'm seeing isn't exactly evil? What if it's really just a individual that wishes to be heard or seen? And if it's very much deliberate, it's quite possible that they just want to be seen and heard. They want to be noticed, and who doesn't want to be noticed? Who doesn't want to be on camera? Come on. You just say it. You can't tell me. that hands down you would say no if someone were to put you on camera. You would want to. Because we want to be famous. And I want my incense. Is what I want. That's what I want. Like my incense, but I don't see my torch, which would normally be this is very bizarre. So I would not have my torch with me. Well, I guess I won't light incense. That's just fine with me.
Nothing. Tomorrow when I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna take a video so that if anyone is interested, like you can check that yourself. But that, like, you know, like a shadow can be either like a direct projection of something, or like it needs to have like a trail from something that is like causing this to have a shadow. Like, but yeah, it did not.
What is all that?
It did not.
What was that?
So the like the
Why were you doing that?
That was like very very far ahead. It was not vision. Like I could see like when its shadow was finishing, and also the building was up on the opposite street, like opposite that building. You know, that shadow. It was not causing that. I have no idea. I do believe in those kind of things a bit, but not as much. And I was so scared. I was not a little bit scared. I was scared.
I was not a little bit scared. I was a lot of scared. I was a lot of fear. Lots of fear running through me. We get it.
Yeah.
You were scared.
So as you see, there is nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing. I see nothing.
That's a
Nothing.
lamppost.
There's nothing
like
there.
Next to my neighbors. And it would project like here. So
Yeah.
nothing.
Scientifically
In his follow-up,
speaking, yes.
Mackenzie broke down the situation and tried to debunk any theories about the shadow. The most common explanation was that it was cast by something ordinary, like a tree or an object on the street. However, after
was just
reviewing the
ordinary.
footage, she quickly ruled out this theory. There was nothing in the street that could have created such a shadow. The mystery remained unresolved, and the unsettling presence of the shadow lingered in the minds of those who had witnessed it. Mike and Sam were two well-known ghost hunters in their town, both determined to catch
Well, I've
solid
never heard
evidence
of them.
paranormal.
But I
They
don't live in
became
the
a
town,
reputation
so
for their
I
relentless pursuit of
I wouldn't
truth,
have heard of
embarking
them,
on
would I?
expeditions every week to different
No, I
locations,
wouldn't
rumored
have.
to be haunted. In the next video, Mike and Sam set out on
Aha!
an expedition in the
My
wilderness
torch.
near a highway, where it was believed that a person had passed away under mysterious
It is
circumstances.
a
Their goal was to
kitchen
capture
torch.
proof
This is
that
not a
spirits lingered
weapon.
at the
This is
locations
a
of their death,
kitchen torch.
wherever
You can
time
buy
and
this
places where
anywhere.
their lives ended.
It is not dangerous. Well, it is dangerous. It's just not.
Any disrespect, we're all here to learn and communicate.
Very, very good.
This may be your last opportunity.
He's a
to communicate with
smarty.
anyone.
He's one of the smarties.
You're over the charge? Yeah, it was fully charged. I K2, check K2.
Now I just like to burn the nose hairs off of my nose. So I like put it really close to me. It's like, maybe I should do that. Get out of there. Go home now.
As they ventured deeper into the woods, they encountered something truly strange. If you watch the video closely,
What do you
towards
mean,
the
like
end, a pale
ghosts?
figure appears on the camera. The figure moves swiftly and silently across the frame.
But if
Its
ghosts are
transparent appearance unmistakable.
are actually
Mike
real.
and Sam were the only people on the expedition, and no one else had been
Well,
in the area.
it's just a
This
thought
figure,
anyway.
too faint to be human, only added to the
I always
mystery of the
believed that
location.
ghosts were
It was the
real. Like, I
closest
never
they had come
said to
capturing
myself, oh
definitive
my
evidence
gosh,
of
you
the
know,
paranormal.
they're
But
that's
as
so
always,
silly.
the truth remains elusive.
What I don't get is people that are like, they're
Ghost
like,
hunting is
oh,
dangerous rigorous and demanding profession.
You know, I believe in
one that requires
angels
a
and I
certain
believe in
level of bravery
demons, but I
that
don't
most
believe in
people don't
ghosts.
possess. Henry, the British ghost
How do you even
hunter
know if
without
ghosts or
limits, is
the
one of
demons
bravest
or
individuals in the field. He had been
angels
hunting ghosts
exist?
for
I
3
mean,
years and had grown accustomed
have you
to the
seen them?
eerie
Have you met
environment
them?
he encountered.
Most people
Nothing
haven't.
seemed to faze him until one particular adventure that nearly
Most
broke
people
him.
haven't.
It
They
happened
don't
at
know.
1 a.m. in an abandoned mansion known
They
as
don't
the
know.
Place of Nightmares. This mansion had a reputation in the area, with locals claiming it was haunted.
I have a
though no one
reputation
really knew
too.
why. The last family to live there hadn't died within its walls. Still, there was something unsettling about the mansion, and Henry decided to explore.
It's mostly
Let's
good.
take a look at what happened during
From what
this
I've seen.
investigation.
It's mostly good. Okay. Do not like ADHD anymore. I'm officially not a fan. Can I get a refund for it, please? Oh, too late. We got one. We're gonna give you more ADHD. Just what the doctor ordered. We're not giving you a refund, we're giving you more of it. Did you order it? Didn't you order a bunch of it the other day?
In the beginning of the clip, you'll notice a drawer opening by itself. While some might argue that it was simply a malfunction, it was only the beginning of a string of strange events. Keep an eye on the fire extinguisher placed on a table in the background. Now let's fast forward to a later part of the video.
There is no hissing, there's no snakes in this room. I was just filling up my torch. Okay, that's all I was doing. I was filling up my torch. See? I'm not. This is a regular butane torch. You can get this anywhere. It's not something. It's not demonic. It's quite ordinary actually. The only thing demonic here is me. You have nothing to fear but fear itself, which is me.
If you pay close attention, you'll
Yet
see
again,
that the fire extinguisher
the answer
was
is
moved
me.
to a different location in the
Very
room.
good.
Henry
Moving all
hadn't
right
been
along.
back to the room during this period, so there was no explanation for how it could have moved. This unsettling event was only one of many in the mansion, and though we don't
I like
have
this
time to
little
show
face.
everything,
With the
Henry's
face.
experience
He's
in
a
that
funny.
mansion left him
He's a
questioning
funny
the true
face. It's like a
nature of
troll
the haunting.
face. I think it's what it is it's like they got the troll face and then
Finally,
they just squished
in
it back.
another video,
That's what it looks
Darza,
like.
an employee at a local corner store, was working the dreaded night shift.
The
night shift
dreaded
was always a
graveyard
tough and demanding
shift.
role, as it meant staying late and
We
completing all the
mustn't
closing
speak of
tasks. Darza was busy rearranging the shelves and preparing to lock up the store for the night when something strange happened.
It says jail, but it's spelled wrong. Yo querinda grabar mi rutina. Why pase esto? I don't know Spanish, okay? Give me a break. I don't know Spanish. I don't know it. Just working in the back rooms, What could go wrong when we're in the back rooms? Oh, we're in the back rooms. Yo queriendo grabar mi rutina. Why pasa esto? Something grabbed me. I don't know Spanish. I would learn Spanish maybe. Seems fairly easy. Some people are like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. But I was like, I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that bad.
At the 37-second mark of the video, a figure can be seen walking past the
Where?
shelves. But
Where?
when Darza checked to see if a late
Where?
customer had entered,
Why does he
found
keep
nothing.
going like this?
The store was empty. Whatever had passed by was no ordinary person. It was a spirit. From that moment, Darza
Beware of
began to feel an
hitchhiking
eerie
ghosts,
presence in the
okay?
store, though his manager attributed it to a placebo effect. Regardless,
placebo effect.
Darza knew what he had seen. 2 days later,
Do you know what the
Darza
placebo
worked
effect
another night
is?
shift, and
Are
something
you aware of
equally
what that
bizarre
is?
occurred. He was mopping the floor.
Like, it's
and
usually
when he
referred to
finished, he
as
noticed something strange.
Pensé que era puro pedo que anda una niña.
Acabo de trapear.
Oh,
No me lo van a creer, pero.
you won't believe me, but
Vayan. Si son cuerdas para
if they,
decirles que son unas patitas.
They are little legs.
Ay, güey, no seas mamón, verga.
There's a sucker! There's a sucker.
Footprints appeared on the floor, but they weren't like any footprints he had ever seen. They were white, flat, and unnatural. Daza was shocked to find that the footprints felt completely ordinary when he touched them, as if they weren't physically there at all. When Daza returned to the store the next
Let me
night,
touch the footprints. Yes, feels real.
This mysterious event left him convinced that he
But
had
whoever
encountered
this is
something
slightly
supernatural.
deformed.
Home security became a widespread
Maybe it's a
trend few years
dwarf.
ago,
Maybe
as
there's a
burglaries were
dwarf
happening
amongst
more
us.
frequently. People were becoming increasingly
Then again, what would a
concerned about
dwarf
the
be doing in
safety
a
of their homes,
7-Eleven?
and as a result, began
late at
investing in
night?
various forms of security systems, from alarm systems to cameras.
Yeah, I don't think
and
they
even
would.
advanced smoke systems.
Something tells me they
Everyone
have
seemed
things
be
better to
racing
do
protect their homes from
than
potential
bother
intruders. The following footage
bother
was captured
people.
during this heightened security craze. The homeowners had recently installed 4 cameras inside their house, along with a high-tech smoke system designed to activate when a break-in occurred. This system would create a thick, zero-vision smoke within 10 seconds, rendering it almost impossible for burglars to see or act. Fortunately, over the years that the homeowners had these devices, they had never needed to use them for their intended purpose, at least not for any burglaries. However, the footage we're about to see shows that these systems would come in handy for another reason.
Hey, what do you have to eat, Karen? You got anything to eat? You got flat sodas. Soda's flat. Don't want to eat that. You know what? I would really like to help you chop up some onions. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Trying to stuff some onions.
In the video, a series of objects begin moving on their own in the kitchen. Meanwhile, the door in the frame seems to shift off camera. The family claimed they could hear faint banging noises as this occurred. The strange activity triggered the smoke system, filling the room with thick smoke. It took them almost 2 hours to clear the room and restore visibility. The homeowner later commented that the entire experience felt like something straight out of a James Bond movie. Cool yet terrifying. Yet
what? Okay. The fuck? It just ended. It just ended. Wow.
home security became a widespread trend a few years ago as burglaries were happening more frequently. People were becoming increasingly
A few
concerned
years
about
ago?
the safety
No, I
of
think
their
this has
homes,
been going on
and
for
as a
quite some
result,
time. The last
began
20 years
investing
we've
in
had
various
cameras
forms
for
of
our door.
security systems, from alarm systems to cameras, and even advanced smoke systems. Everyone seemed to be racing to protect their homes from potential intruders. The following footage was captured during this heightened security craze. The
They're like,
homeowners had recently installed 4
damn,
cameras inside their house, along with a high-tech smoke system designed to activate when a break-in occurred. This system would create a thick, zero-vision smoke within 10 seconds, rendering it almost impossible for burglars to see or act. Fortunately, over the years that the homeowners had these devices, they had never needed to use them for their intended purpose.
What
at least not
what
for
the
any
heck is
burglars.
going on?
However, the footage we're about to see shows that these systems would come in handy for another reason.
This is bizarre. This is bizarre. Oh, okay, this is bizarre. This is the same video, but it did not look like the same video. Huh. Maybe it's just my brain. Meanwhile, Vincent Price.
Yes. Yeah, we had great fun making it, as a matter of fact. I think the last time you were here...
Did I like this? Or did I not like this? I don't know.
You'd never seen it, or you were going to eat it when you wanted to see it.
Some remark. You said that it was so frightening that even I wouldn't go to see it.
Yeah, it was a strange...
And 4 million people told me this, so I tried to see it now for about 6 months, but I'm not going to stand in line.
Yeah, I don't blame that.
So I went to the 5 o'clock show the other day. Scared the hell out of me. It was all alone.
Well, that's gotta be pretty weird.
It was. I thought, my God, the picture's dying, because
there's nobody there at all. It's going to be kind of a strange reaction, somebody sitting there and watching him turn around and see you there, and you being scared into horror. That's got to shake him good.
I hid under a bag of popcorn during a great deal of it. Ooh, gee.
The good out-and-out horror movies, I think are good. They're kind of a good catharsis, aren't they? As long as they're not cruel or violence just
I
for
did one a
violence.
couple years ago. It was the best play I ever did, called Theater of Blood. Yes.
Yeah, I just watched Theater of Blood actually recently, and it was pretty good. Kind of an aficionado when it comes to Vincent Price. I've been following and learning and worshipping Vincent Price, and it's very few people that I actually give worship to, you know? Like, I have to say that there are very few people that in this world that I think deserve worship. And I think two of the people that I would say would be the most people that I would worship if I was, like, right there. I would say Vincent Price being one of them. And then, of course, Bette Midler, you know? And I don't do that often, because I believe that people are people, and they're just like us, you know? They do what we do, but very few do you come across somebody that's really, like, a genuine, pure soul. And I think Vincent was a very pure soul. He kind of embraced the villain, but he didn't take it seriously. And Bette Midler is just somebody that she embraces godliness. You know, she's very honest about who she is, and she is completely unashamed of it. And people have not really bashed her for it. They haven't really, because she's worked hard to get where she is. And if you don't know who Bette Midler is, she is the glorious Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus, and I adore all three of them. I adore the Sex and the City, Jennifer, Sarah Jessica Parker, and I adore Kathy and Jimmy. I've followed all of them, and tremendous fans of all of them. Love them, and it really warms my heart that, but it's just her voice is so haunting. I love her voice. And when they really call her the Miss Divine M. And she really is divine. She really is. And it just seems that she's getting better with age. Just like a fine wine, really. I saw the Hocus Pocus 2, and, it wasn't, like, the most incredible movie. I get it. But it was enjoyable, and it was funny, and it was worth a few laughs. And it was really nice seeing all the women together again, seeing the witches back, it was it was an enjoyable experience for me, at least. So I don't understand this person. They just kind of disappeared. Wow, it disappeared on me. What was the channel called anyway? You're going to delve into my history. Don't worry, there's nothing in my history that I myself. Oh, so this is a new person. We react to scary videos. So do I! Well, yeah, there's nothing in my history that I wouldn't show to anybody else. I know a lot of people are like, what's in your browser history? Well, it's YouTube, for one thing. It's not really my browser history, so I don't have any shame of what's in my browser history. You want to look in my browser history? Go ahead. See? Theater of Blood. I wasn't lying. I actually watched it. And, why was I watching that? Okay, never mind. I'm even intrigued by what I'm finding. I'm just like, oh, okay, what was that? Now, Hauntology Diaries. I don't know. We're gonna go with unwatched. Because some of these things I've watched. Paranormal Captured. Top 5. Real ghost caught on camera. The Haunted Side. When a ghost hunt goes terribly wrong. 11 fucking hours of that. The Antichrist. I was banned from the Catholic Church after filming this video. It's only an hour long. Wow. That'll spook. Top 10 ghost videos that will spook you. Spook ya. Spook ya. That's a kind of spook ya. Okay, well.
User Cheryl Sweetie 2 on TikTok is a single mother and seamstress who says that she and her daughter have been experiencing strange and
I
unsettling
remove
things
any
inside their
negative
home.
energy that's
For
in
months, they've been
this
hearing the sound of someone
live.
walking in the hallway outside of their bedrooms, and they found their things mysteriously moved from room to room. Things
There we
have
go.
gotten so strange
Do you feel better?
that
I feel
Cheryl
better.
even began to worry that they might have a squatter living in their walls.
This is
So
exactly
she
how I
installed a
imagined
security
being
camera
a witch
so
would
that she
be
can
like.
keep an eye on their home.
Me just
One night, Cheryl's
humming
daughter was playing
a
with
happy
toys in her
tune
mother's
and
bedroom
go
when something disturbing
ooh,
happens
and then
that Cheryl
rolling
still
some
just can't explain.
incense around. This is kind of what I thought witchcraft was going to be like, and turns out I was right. Hello? Is there anything in there? You know, I'm that kind of person. If somebody screams at me, if a demon were to scream at me and go, "Ah," I would be like, "Ah." That's how I would communicate. I regularly have a demon voice, so I'm not that scared. You want to scream at me? I'll scream back. Close the door. Close the door. It almost looks like this room isn't exactly finished. Maybe it, oh, it's a sewing room. That's no wonder. It's a bedroom. It's not really a bedroom. It's a bedroom.
She sees something that we can't. She seems to get a little spooked and leaves, and the closet door slowly closes by itself.
I'm just saying, what is that over there?
Cheryl Sweetie 2 has no idea.
That is so scary. I'm so sorry.
And about 3 months later, this happens.
Hey guys, just wanted to jump on really quick because I had to stop sewing. My daughter just said that something weird really happened and we've been experiencing a lot of strange things lately, just different noises and stuff. Don't mind my mannequins, I sew for a living, so...
Oh, don't mind the mannequins that get possessed sometimes. It happens, it happens. Just carry on.
Under the closet door.
It's fine. How many children have said that there's something in their closet? I really think that closets are really like...
Is that what scared you?
No, you dummy. There's nothing. No. It's a dummy.
It's okay.
It's a dummy.
Everything's alright. What?
They're scared.
Come on.
Cheryl's daughter seems scared as she says that she sees something just underneath the closet door. But there's nothing inside except for a kind of creepy mannequin. However, the mannequin
It looks
seems
like
to
an
stop
average
moving
mannequin
on its
to me.
own
It doesn't
and
look
falls
creepy.
over, breaking into pieces.
Creepy would be,
Cheryl and her
it's not a
daughter
mannequin. It looks like a human being. Oh, fun fact, in case you're wondering what the whole House of Wax things comes from, it's actually possible to preserve your body in wax. Well, you'd have to be dead first, of course. You'd have to give your body to science, per se. But in France, there is actually a freaking museum that's actually dedicated to the preservation of wax and human flesh, apparently. So, as morbid as that sounds, it's actually is a medical science. It was originally done to preserve animals, and the animals would be preserved and then studied, and that would later be used to treat animals, particularly horses, and horses were very important. And so they were able to actually treat a number of diseases that way. And they also have full rooms of humans that have been injected with wax. Their bodies were injected with wax. Of course, they were dead first. They were voluntarily. They were not, like, picked up from the street. This was a reputable man that did this. So, yeah, there is a way for you to be preserved with wax. And it's a very delicate method. But it's usually used for medical purposes, so don't worry, no one is going to come into your house and steal your body and inject you with wax like freaking movies. You know, there's been a couple of movies. There was that Argento movie called what was it? Just The Wax Mask. And then there's been Wax Works, and then of course, you know, there's been The House of Wax, which there were two of them. There was one that had Jared Padalecki and Paris Hilton, and then there was one that was done in 1953, I believe, which was starring Vincent Price and a very young Charles Bronson. Yes, I know my movie history. I'm really good at it.
That she still has
I'm a movie buff.
What happened that night, and that she and her daughter are moving out to stay at her friend's house until they can find a new place to live. The old Willis place. Urban explorer Robert from the YouTube channel Sidestep Adventures.
Now, as much as I would like to watch the rest of these videos, like, I really want to, but, like, there's been something that has been telling me to stop. I don't know. And there's just been a lot of technical difficulties. And I am probably going to watch The House of Wax because it's free. And the horror gods are happy with me because not only is Theater of Blood free on YouTube right now, but The House of Wax is. And normally that would be like $15 if you wanted to buy it. Oh, it would only be like $5 if you wanted to, like $4 if you wanted to, like, rent it. But who wants to rent things anymore? You know? Oh, here, I can pay for something and only watch it, like, once. Yeah. No, I don't feel like doing that, so, yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah.